They say Britain protects its children. But if you've ever stood by an incubator in the dead of night, watching your baby fight for breath, you know the truth's a bit more complicated. I've been there, mate. 2 of mine came early, barely 2 pounds. Night after the gig, I'd go sit with them. You learn fast. Life hangs on by a thread. There's a scandal no one wants to talk about. First cousin marriage, legal in the UK. But in some places it's not a rare exception, it's the rule. And the babies born from that, they pay the price. We're talking over 55% of marriages between first cousins in some towns. And the science is clear as daylight. Double the risk of birth defects, 30% more severe deformities, a 60% spike in disability claims. And once these kids are born, they never get to leave that struggle behind. Billions in costs every year. NHS neonatal care, special schools, disability benefits, adult housing, and behind all that, real lives. Little ones who will never walk right, never talk right, or worse, used and abused inside their own families, hidden, dependent, forgotten. Social workers have sounded the alarm. NHS doctors have begged Parliament to act. Even families from affected communities are saying enough. But our leaders, silent, terrified of being called racist, terrified of losing votes, so they betray the babies, quietly. Keir Starmer, supposed to stand for justice, and yet here he is, mouth moving, not a sound on the subject. Is it justice to ignore a child suffering for the sake of politics? Let's be clear, this ain't about race, ain't about religion. It's about protecting the most vulnerable, whatever their background. Other countries have faced it head on. France, Germany, the Netherlands. But Britain, still looking the other way. If we keep quiet, we become the problem, we become complicit. Bradford, back in 2011, 1 in 5 children born from cousin marriages with serious genetic illnesses. Birmingham, 2017, special ed demand explodes. 32% of congenital disability cases tied to cousin unions. Rotherham, 2014, grooming gangs preying on disabled teens, some from inbred families, no outside support. And still, silence. We're shelling out nearly £3 billion a year and still no national conversation, can't offend anyone, so instead, we fail everyone. I've looked a broken baby in the eyes, held his hand, felt his fight. We owe these little ones the truth. Not shame, not silence, just truth and action. We've launched a parliamentary petition to end first cousin marriages, not to judge, to protect, to act, because silence is no longer an option. Sign it, will you? For the babies, for the ones who can't ask for help.